All right, here goes.
Yo, what up? This is Brian
Farmer's
Davis,
Day.
aka Mr. Bad, back again with another episode of the Bone Zone. I'm here with the fellas today. Yo, I got Ethan, Fat Boy Gang, in the building. What up?
I thought it was Thick Boy.
He changed it to Fat Boy Gang. I'm not gonna complain, bro.
Fat
Hey,
Boy
it's still a
Fresh.
cool nickname.
Yeah,
I got
Fat Boy
the
Gang.
Wolf. I got the Wolfman in here as well. Jacob Wolf. What's up, Jacob?
What's going on, guys?
Last but not least, I got young McConaughey himself, Jared Webb. What's going on, buddy?
All right.
This is Bone Zone Weeks. Me and the fellas, we get together, talk about something random. You can check us out on WDK Network. Pretty much everything. You can find it everywhere. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. What else, Jacob?
Spotify, YouTube. We're pushing the YouTube pretty hard. We're getting a lot of clicks over there.
Find us at Instagram and Twitter.
We're active with
WDK
Instagram for sure.
Network.
Yes.
Yeah, so what's going on, fellas? What's going on with you guys?
Life.
Whoever wants to go, I don't give a shit. It's not formal. Just
Not
talk
a lot.
over each other until somebody is
Yeah.
dominant.
That's usually what we do.
yields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot
Another
going on
day.
right now. Just trying to, find a fucking job. Honestly.
Yo, Jacob just cucked you, Ethan. Yo,
I know,
Jacob
bro.
just fucking cucked you. And you let
That's
it happen.
fine.
Yeah, I'm in fucking charge, bitch. Here's how it goes.
Fuck, you're not. Any fucking way. I will let you go.
But no, I've been, just catching up on Netflix, basically. Watching Hamilton every day. Got the music going on in the background. Getting my workouts in, and applying to every single job in the Raleigh area.
Seems like something weird to work out to, but hey, you do
Nice.
you, man. I guess
Hey, man.
I'm not here
Fuck
to
it.
judge.
Motivation.
I'm kind of here to judge, but I'll let that one go.
I'm in charge, says the jobless guy. Yeah. Anyway.
I'll
Like
mute your shit right now.
Don't tease me with a good time. I haven't had much to look forward to, but tomorrow Jess and I are going to Disney World for the first time in like half a year. They're opening for like an annual pass holder preview, so like super limited capacity where you have to social distance
you,
at all times and stuff.
Oh, never mind. No, you're going to that. I got you.
Got you. Yeah. So
Never mind,
we're,
just ignore me.
I'll make it real brief. They have annual pass holder previews that started today and they're tomorrow. There's 4 parks in Disney World. For those of you that don't know, there's Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Epcot. They're only limiting the annual pass holder preview to Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom.
Which park is it that the Jews at exactly? I know that was a big Disney thing.
What did you just
was
say?
that? I thought he said where the Jews
It's a
are at.
joke. There is a running joke in the entertainment industry that Walt Disney hated Jews. It sounds
Oh,
like a
yeah, I
made
mean-
up fucking Family Guy talks about it all the time.
Yeah,
Nobody
yeah,
quit
yeah.
looking at me like I'm some fucking asshole.
Anti-Semitic, but no. That's
Yeah.
true. If you look, Donald Duck was wearing a swastika in one of his earlier things. It wasn't like that he was a pro-Nazi, but it was like he kind of he wasn't
He
against
kind
them.
of
I
like
guess
Nazis.
that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't like he took a stance against them. I don't know the whole
I
theorization.
made one
into
flagrant
that.
joke and Jacob switched back. We don't know that background to the white. We don't know that background.
Fuck. But anyways,
I
to
did not
finish what I
think
was
of it
saying,
that
we're
Shit.
just going to Animal Kingdom tomorrow, just for the day. Just going to one park because given coronavirus and social distancing rules, you can't park hop. There's no character meet and greets. There's no fireworks. What I'm trying to understand and tell people is that they're saying that they don't think Disney should open during a pandemic, and that was never their goal, was to open when things calm down. The reason they closed is to figure out how they could maneuver in a space where there was a pandemic, regardless of the amount of cases and numbers. They did it to where that nobody would be affected within the park. You know what I'm saying? Where there would be no close distance, no gathering of groups, anything like that. So it's more or less like you're outside in a park, like your neighborhood park. It's kind of the equivalent of what they're trying to do. And that's what they've been doing the past 4 months. So, all right, Jared, I guess fuck me. He did not like what I was saying, but this happens every fucking show. But I think he's in the clean feed. Jerry in the clean feed?
No, when that happens, his
Guess
entire
not.
internet's gone out.
No, I thought so. I just thought I heard him laugh. But yeah, man, I mean, I actually have that to look forward to. And then we go back at the end of the month for kind of more of a full trip. for her birthday. So
That's what's up.
that, if
That's
you
what's
guys that don't know, like that's kind of my identifier. I just love Disney. We go to Disney pretty often. We
That's
used to
what
work
he
there. So.
identifies as. He's Disney.
Yeah, that's my sexual orientation.
Yeah.
Guys, girls, Disney.
Disney.
Yeah,
I don't know where Jared's at.
I just recently
he'll come back in
I'll
about
tell you
2
what,
minutes.
yeah.
But Brian, you go. What's up, man? What's going on?
He's been playing Rocket League a lot. I can tell you that because anytime we can't get up with him and he says he's busy, he's online playing Rocket League. So he's been
no
doing
longer
that.
Far Cry Primal.
Yeah.
I almost bought one of those last night. I just didn't. Instead, I restarted Red Dead 2, but
What,
I
Rocket
just
League?
didn't know where to start. No, Far Cry. I didn't know which one to start
You were
with.
talking
I
about
never
games
played
like-
them.
Yeah,
but-
Freddie said that.
They're all different. They're all separate storylines. So you can
And they
start.
didn't have
It doesn't
one or
matter
two
where you
on there. I don't know how old they are.
start. They were
But they only
PC
had-
games.
Okay. They only had
So-
3, 4, Primal, and then another one, New World, something weird. I forgot what it's called. But I don't know. But I didn't know
Yeah,
which one to buy. I was like, maybe I'll get your guys' advice. So I just restarted Red Dead 2 for like the millionth time.
I haven't been doing nothing. If you listen to the other shows, I've been playing Last of Us 2 and working.
I gotta stop
That's
talking
all I
about that
do.
because I'm gonna buy
That's all I
PS2,
care
PS4 just to play it.
On today's show, since we've talked way too long already, we're gonna be talking about our favorite shows ever, and then after we all go through, we will vote as a group based on the arguments we've presented as to what is the best show ever. Are you guys excited about this one?
I really am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also in the middle of looking at Squarespace right now, while that was all going on.
And I'm paying attention. I'm just trying to get Jared back in
Yeah,
here.
I'm looking at the options right now are spelled out WeDon'tKnowNetwork.com or WDKNetwork.net.
Hey, listeners, which one of those do you like better? Email us, tweet us.
Yeah, and if you don't say anything
Whatever you
by Saturday, I'm gonna make the decision.
You have about 7 hours to let us know, and this show's going to be out after that.
Yeah,
So,
it shows up at
Jared-
12. So
Jared texts, internet went out. Oh, okay. Just thought you went for a walk. No
it's
idea.
really weird that his internet keeps going out, but yet he just had that Google Fiber installed in his
Literally.
house. But
did he
anyway,
have it? Oh yeah, he did have it installed.
he
It's
said he did,
AT&T
yeah,
Fiber.
so-
It's AT&T fiber, but it works with Google.
so who wants to start? I think I'm going to go last since I'm hosting this week.
I'll take second to last.
Fuck. Well, I don't want to go first, dude. I really don't. So can we spitball
Well,
until
it sucks, dude.
fuck?
Yeah.
I gotta go first. How about this?
No,
Can we
we
run
can't
Jared's a
spitball.
bitch.
We're
Let's wait till
not-
he
Okay,
gets
listen,
here.
Brian. Okay, you're the
12
host, so listen. You're the host, so you get to go last. But can I rock paper scissors Jacob, please?
Yes, I would
Can
love
we-
to see
No,
that.
no. You rock paper scissors, Jared, when he gets back.
But
We
no,
can't
then,
wait,
we
Jared.
can't do that. Someone has
Yeah.
to go now.
No.
Jacob, we're rock paper
No.
scissors. Brian, you have to decide. Do I go or
I've
do we rock paper
decided
scissors?
that the
No.
Rochambeau must happen.
We'll do it. Let's do it.
On shoot.
Yeah. So it's gonna be rock paper scissors shoot. Okay.
Yes.
Rock paper scissors shoot. Let's go! Fuck you!
I tried to cheat. I tried to cheat.
Yeah, you fucking did.
And my brain said, what
You're-
what goes with paper?
I really wanted to see what Rochambeau would look like over 3 different internet speeds, and it was exactly what I wanted.
I held mine, dude. I was like, I'm holding it, bro. And he couldn't even cheat right. He saw it, and he couldn't even. Hey, but you're in luck because he couldn't even cheat right. But it looks like Jared's back in, so he'll go first. Jacob, me, then Brian. Hopefully,
Sounds good.
so we will make Jared go first because he's shitty fucking.
I don't
internet.
see Jared, so
He's right here. He's coming in.
He's
now.
there
coming.
he is. Cool.
Now he just
Jared,
needs
you
to
there?
accept the.
He's got to
feed.
go to the clean feed.
Yeah.
To our
Sure,
listeners,
listeners
if you're
love it.
listening to our podcast like on a weekly basis, just know Jared's gonna leave every fucking time.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen at least once. Like, just wait for Jared's exit. It's gonna.
I will
like,
say
is-
the one time he hosted, he made it through the entire
that's
episode.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
We took
I'm
an
about to put
over/under
we
on
did-
him going out.
Let's just
Yeah,
put
we
the
did.
timestamps in the description. We'll put the timestamps in the description of where people need to start, so we know Jared has left and already came back.
Yeah.
Jared,
But
you're going
Jared's-
first.
You're going
Jared,
first.
you're going first. Give it
I'm
to
going
us.
first.
What is your favorite show ever? And you better make
Ever.
your argument. You better make your argument good. You son of a
God,
bitch.
dude, it's tough.
What a gad.
But favorite show ever. It is Spider-Man.
See, did he just Google favorite show?
No.
How do you spell favorite, guys?
Okay, Spider-Man. There's been at least
15
78.
shows?
Yeah.
It's the one that came out In 1994, it's called Spider-Man: The Animated Series.
Okay.
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 That's the only one I
Right.
ever watched, actually.
Talking
So.
about Saturday morning Fox cartoons. That's what you're
Yeah,
talking
Right.
about.
that's what you eat cereal to.
That's right.
I don't like
And
cereal,
that's
but
one of the
we'll get to
main
that
reasons why it was so good.
The fuck?
Do what, Brian?
He's
I don't-
not, I'm sorry. We have
I
to
don't
take a
really
minor
fuck
break.
with- I don't really
I eat
fuck with
cereal every day.
I don't.
Can I
I
tell
think
you guys-
it's a useless. I think it's a useless consumable. It's just why does it exist?
It's dessert.
I mean, I
for me.
think if you are going to eat it, it should be as a dessert or a late night snack.
That's what I do. It's
I have a
honey
sweet
bunches
tooth.
of oats after dinner.
Okay.
I eat a bowl of Cheerios with 3.
But I'd be okay if cereal never existed. If it didn't exist anymore, like that would not affect
Wait,
me.
both cold and hot cereal?
Who the fuck
Are
eats
you
hot
referring
cereal?
Cereal's
to oatmeal
oatmeal.
as cereal? You fucking serial
Oatmeal.
killer.
Oatmeal is considered a hot cereal, Ethan, you freaking
fucking
stupid
so-
person.
Why
That's
are you
why I said
saying
just cereal
Ethan?
killer.
Everyone's yelling at you.
Yeah,
and you
I
call
knew
me
it was oatmeal
out.
too, but I don't ever call it hot cereal.
Who the fuck calls?
I know, but it's classified as hot
Do you call
cereal.
dinner supper?
Yeah.
This motherfucker
You got a problem
said
with it?
Ethan,
Little bit.
like I was the only one to say anything. Fuck.
Anyways, Spider-Man the Animated Series, you fucks. Jesus.
Oh,
And since he's talking about cartoon, this is intended for children. So this whole episode.
Yes.
yeah,
It is
that's
intended
fine.
for
YouTube
children,
for kids.
but basically, you don't get the Peter getting bit. You don't get that story. You just see it in the beginning. You see that he gets bit and stuff, but it's him starting college. Is how the show is when the show takes place, and it gave you every character you wanted from Spider-Man and the team ups that he did with X-Men, the Punisher, which are kind of iffy because the Punisher and him don't really get along in the show. It's just fantastic. It always captured me, and I've been watching it off and on for a couple months now. And I mean, I don't really have much else to say about it. I just think it was a really good show.
No, I mean, I will
mean,
watch it. I've never seen that.
If you
one
want to base it
specifically.
off my
It's
argument,
good, I
it's
mean-
not a good argument.
It's the definitive Spider-Man cartoon to watch.
It is.
I mean,
It is.
Yes.
That's not the one where you get the meme from, right? That's an older one.
It is.
That's the yeah.
It is
that's
from
Oh, I
that
thought
one.
that, I
That
thought
is
it was the
this
50s one. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
the
the
older
super
one.
old.
But yeah.
But Jared, I'm glad you mentioned that though, because it's old that you're bringing it back in your life. It was hard for me to pick a show that I was obsessed with at a point in time that I don't kind of watch now. So I had to go back and I don't want to be biased and pick a show that I'm rewatching now. I want to go back
Right.
and think
Yeah.
about like what I watched the most of and what meant the most to me. So
Yeah.
That's good
And
you
plus
did that,
the
though,
theme
'cause
song to that. It had that guitar was like.
Yeah.
"Meow, meow, meow."
thank you for that.
Fucking near and narrow metal. Let's
Everybody
go.
is required. Everybody is required to sing their favorite show, a part of their favorite show's theme song. That is a requirement.
All
All
right.
right, let me re-up.
Well,
real
mine
quick
goes
on my-
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to beat Jared's
Radioactive
description.
Spider-Man.
All right, Jared, have you presented your case for
Yeah, that's my
1994 animated Spider-Man?
That's it.
All
Take
right.
it away.
Love
hey,
it.
Say it. All right.
All right, all right.
All right, so Jared, you missed an epic Rochambeau battle while you
You
were
did,
gone.
bro.
A
Oh,
very
God, what
nice
happened?
rock paper scissors exchange.
I'm
between
victorious,
Ethan-
Bo.
between
Nice.
Ethan
I
and
tried to
Jacob.
cheat so terribly.
He lost it when he cheated. Like he lost the cheat.
I watched him do paper, and I looked at it, I was like,
He's like, which one
Still
beats
rock.
paper? He still went with rock.
Rock can land on paper.
I smash paper.
All right, so because of that, Jacob Wolf,
Yes.
you're up.
all
Favorite
right.
of all time.
Should I do the theme song first? or-
Actually, time out before you go. Jared, do you have a second, just off the cuff, do you have a second?
Yeah, I put mine down. Honorable
Um,
mention.
All right, show that I actually enjoy right now. I just started it, and I've only watched the first 2 episodes. Is Yellowstone from
That
AMC?
seems like some fucking shit you'd be into.
Yeah, I was saying, it seems
Yeah.
like a very Jared show.
Yeah, I mean it's got an all-star cast. You got Kevin Costner at the helm, and he's also an executive producer on the show. And dude, you
Kevin
get
Costner?
How many black
Kelly
people are on the
Riley.
Who Who is Kevin
She looked
Costner?
good.
What does he
Who's
do?
Kevin Costner?
Who is
What the fuck?
Jacob?
I don't
shut
know
up.
actors.
Don't
you know
this.
This is the
Nothing
same
you
person
say
who thought
anymore
Sandra
is-
Bullock and Julia Roberts were the same
Oh,
person
my
for almost 30 years
Yeah.
of his life.
I got this wrong constantly. I also could not tell the difference between Russell Crowe and Gerard Butler. I still don't know which one is which.
What the fuck?
They don't look the
You
same.
get Patrick
They are
Swayze
the
and
same
Kurt Russell
person.
mixed up too.
Russell
Fast
Crowe
back and forth.
Butler look nothing like, bro. What the fuck?
They're literally the same person.
Oh my
Oh, they're
god.
literally the same.
It's like
All right, so
it's like those two white girls. I can't remember either. They're the exact same person too. I swear to Christ.
all right, can you just tell us your favorite show, please? Because
Yeah.
you've put the whole group in a distraught mood now. So.
Jeez.
It's what I do best. So I did go ahead and cave to recency bias. So instead of going with Game of Thrones, which ended poorly,
I
put that
know-
down my list. Did
I
not
know what
go
your
with.
answer is.
No, you don't. I don't think you do. He might, but I did not go with Breaking Bad, which I
Is
thought,
it on Amazon Prime? Is your pick on Amazon Prime?
No, but you're thinking Jack Ryan, aren't you?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, no, close. Because I haven't got to watch season 2 yet. Because I keep waiting for Lindsay to watch it with me, and she won't fucking watch it with me. So that's why my number one show is The West Wing. It's on Netflix right now. Fucking star-studded cast. Brian, not understand a damn word of what I'm going to be saying here in a second, but you know me from growing up. I've always had an interest in politics. So this is one of those things, like, it really makes me happy to watch right now, I guess, because we have such a shit show in the White House that it's kind of cool to see, like, what if there was good people there? Like how things would be working.
So it's like Marvel's What If politics.
It's exactly
What if
how
we had
I'm
a
watching it.
fucking reliable president?
So the Metacritic score is a 78. Their user score is an 8.4. Highly awarded show as well. 120 different SAG Awards, Emmys, and whatever that other one is called. I don't fucking know. Anyway, but 253 nominations. We got Martin Sheen, Rob Lowe, Allison Janney, Bradley Whitford, Richard Schaeff, and John Spencer all on the same show. And that's just the first 5 main people. Also written by Aaron Sorkin, who also did A Few Good Men. He wrote Molly's Game, Social Network, and Moneyball. So you got you have the cast, you have the writers, you have everything you need, and then on top of it, it just makes you feel good to watch. Like something about like when they're walking and talking, the little quips are funny. You don't even always have to
Black people
understand.
are in it.
Dooley Hill is the main black person in the show. He's a young
Is
black
he
kid.
considered a main character, or is
Yes,
he
he
a
is.
side character?
No, he is. I would consider him a main character. He is the.
That's
You're gonna
because
you're
you
gonna
like
hate
black
this.
people.
You're gonna hate what I'm about to say. He's the assistant to the president.
Jesus
So
Christ.
at least he's getting paid.
Wow.
He's the vice president.
No,
He's the assistant.
no.
He's his assistant. He's his
He's the
hand boy.
assistant
He's his errand
to the
boy.
president.
He probably refers to
Yes.
him as boy when he's not in the room.
Oh my god.
No, he is Charlie.
His name is Charles.
Dance, Charlie.
And he actually does add a lot to the show as well. He's not, like I said, he's not just a side character. He is in pretty much every single episode. I can't think of an episode I've seen that does not have him in it in some way, shape, or form. I will say my only downside to it is that it does get kind of shitty near the end. One of the main characters, actually, the actor John Spencer, died of a heart attack between the 6th and 7th seasons. So they had to write him out of the show. And it's kind of coincidental because his character actually had a heart attack near the end of the 6th season. So,
I'm starting to think all the best shows have shitty endings.
well, and that's
I only
exactly,
know two.
yeah.
I only know 2 shows that have like phenomenal endings,
And that's why I was gonna put Breaking Bad,
and
yeah.
Sons of Anarchy.
Breaking Bad was up there for me.
I love both those shows,
Yeah.
bro. Both those shows. I love.
Kelly and I just
Yeah.
started watching Sons of Anarchy.
It's
as well.
excellent.
Is it-
It's so
I want to
underrated.
watch it, but I just
So
haven't had
fucking good.
I haven't had the
It's
motivation
so
for it.
Oh,
yet.
dude, that ending, bro. God, I'm obviously not going to spoil, but it was.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jacob. But I was just
Oh, no,
thinking
you're
you
fine.
said
No, I agree
you
with
love
you.
the show. It's such a good show, and it has a shitty ending. I'm thinking
But
like
that's one of the
all
things I
the
was gonna
best
say.
shows have shitty endings.
That's one of the things I was going to say is that even though the ending isn't as good as the rest of the show, it's not as bad as Game of Thrones was. Like, we can all admit the last season of Game of Thrones was just a terrible season because it was so rushed.
Yeah.
And also throughout the show, I mean, obviously it's a drama, so the whole, a lot of the drama actually comes from, besides, just running the fucking country. The president has MS. So right now I'm on season 3 of my rewatch right now, and it's right where they had a whole hearing about him lying to the public in order to get elected, not telling them about his MS, and now going up for re-election.
Spoilers, bro.
Yeah.
God.
It's a fucking wild ride, guys. But like I said, it's one of those things where I think for me right now, it being my favorite show is largely based on the fact that our government is so bad right now, and it's just good to see Martin Sheen week in, week out doing the right thing, regardless of who says what. It makes you feel good to watch. And I'll sit here and drink my coffee in the morning while I watch it, and I'll sit here at night and eat my fucking honey bunches of oats and watch it. It's just a good show. It's 45 minutes an episode, obviously, like most shows, but it's also from the late 90s too, so like everything's just kind of written a little bit different to cater to that too, because like technology wasn't taken off yet. So I think that part of it just kind of makes me feel kind of nostalgic for it as well. But yeah.
Bet. Second favorite off the cuff.
Second favorite off the cuff would have to be Breaking Bad. Just because it did
Which
end
I remember
so
you
well.
didn't watch that for the longest time.
Yeah.
I was like, Jacob, watch Breaking Bad. Jacob, watch Breaking Bad.
When it was on
I've
Netflix,
never
when it
watched
came back to
it either.
Netflix, I fucking just watched it straight through. Great show.
I
Great
don't
show.
think. Now, this is a bold.
You don't
assumption.
think? Yes, we know.
I could be wrong. I don't know if I will vote for Jacob's show as the best show out of the group, but I will say he might have put up the best argument. Because, I mean, I got some stats for my show, but, I mean, he started breaking it down, like, to the directors and stuff like that. Jacob might...
Because I knew you were
provide
going
the
to
best
shit on me for choosing West Wing, so I was like, I got to get numbers.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have chosen it. But yeah. All right, bet. The West Wing. If you're into politics shows at all, currently obsessed with a show called The Politician on Netflix.
Ooh, I have to check that out.
It's like a comedy drama. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's way more funnier than anything, but it's all about politics, and it really reflects like social media politics. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
our age of politics is like really what it reflects. Like the first season is about this kid running for senior class president, and they literally treat it like a presidential campaign. Like he has a campaign staff, and like
Jesus.
he wants to be the president. Like this is how he treats it. It's a great show. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's hilarious. Definitely check it out if you guys haven't seen it.
Also,
Ethan, did you hear my recommendation? I know you stepped away for a second.
Do we got you here,
Can't hear
Ethan?
you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Sorry, I muted you.
Oh, okay, cool.
My fault. I forgot to turn it back on.
No, you're fine.
I heard your explanation. What was it called again? What was the title?
The Politician.
Politician, yeah.
And
Check
also,
out The Politician on Netflix. Everybody check it out. It's
and
great.
Veep on HBO.
Maybe.
I do, yeah, I
Veep.
want to see that.
Veep
But
is hilarious.
I'm currently super obsessed with The Politician. Like, that's all I want to watch, which I know is like that's how I know it's a good show. So I highly recommend it.
I mean,
Ethan.
that's what Yellowstone is about, kind of.
Jared, we're off Yellowstone.
Yes,
I was just
so
fucking with you, man.
yeah, so like I don't know, like I know trying to take a serious
God.
tone with this. I just trying to take a serious tone with this, like to bring my thoughts together.
You can add some music in there to fucking dun dun.
I know.
Oh, I didn't get to do I didn't get to do my theme song.
Oh yeah, we gotta let Jacob see the theme song real quick.
All
Just
right.
know
Go ahead.
that is part of it.
It starts off going. "Na, na, na, na."
I'm done.
Yep.
That's enough.
I was
That
done.
is
And
where I
ruined my
started.
argument just like that.
All right, Ethan,
Nice.
my bad. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
I'm actually very intrigued about your choice. I haven't really been
Well,
able to
I
put
know
a
for
finger-
one you're not going to like it. I know that.
Oh, The
for
Office?
sure. But it's not The Office. But I still know Brian, and I know he's not going to like it. But and I know he's going to really like the ones that were almost going to be there. But I had to go with like just one that kept telling me in the gut to pick. But I will talk about my honorable mentions really quickly. It was a 3-way tie, really, really hard. But The Sopranos and Boy Meets World were there. They were the ones I was going to choose from.
Those are both amazing shows.
And
Yeah.
and I know for a fact you're gonna dislike this one much more than that. But this show just means a whole lot to me. It was there for me when I was in a bad rut, and it's timeless. And that show, it's popular, it's hyped for a reason, and that kind of put me off of it just because. I know it's like very hipster-like. I just don't like. Brian already knows I'm going to pick, but I just don't like what other people like, and that's why I was off of it for a few years. I know it's very like trendy, whatever.
I know what it is, and God, that's such a terrible choice next
Is
to
it
The
the new girl?
Sopranos. What
I
were
know,
you
bro.
thinking?
I know, man. I know, but I gotta go with my favorite show of all time. I'll be
Don't
there
say
for
it.
you. I'll be there for you. It's Friends. Friends is my favorite show of all time. I know. I get it. People dislike it because it's memes everywhere. It's
You
all
mean because
like,
there's not a single black person in the show?
Sure.
That's why people don't like it?
I'll show you right now. I don't know if you can see it, but in my thing, I put my cons. It says lack of diversity, and I put pros and cons in there. But the reason it's my favorite,
Wow.
nice. But yeah, just let me make my argument really quick. You guys don't have to vote for me. That's fine. I get it. But I just want to talk about like what it means to me. The Sopranos, I love it very much, and it has me and my mom connect over that show. I have a mafia leg piece. Like that is a huge part of my life. I love mafia related the genre. I love it. It's my favorite.
Yeah, 'cause you love Godfather too, right?
Godfather Part 2 is if we ever do movies, a spoiler, Godfather Part 2 is my favorite movie of all time. So Sopranos is up there. But Friends does something for me that nothing else can do. And I know it's cheesy, but it's always there in a matter that it's timeless. Like, yes, Brian pointed up, no, it doesn't have black characters. That's their flaw, right?
Ethan
in
likes
New York
too
City.
much black shit, so he has to tap back into his
He had to really
whiteness
slather
already.
on the mayonnaise right here.
Yeah, for sure. Like I can't help what I connect to in that manner, and it's they have an episode for every situation, and you can connect to it in some way. You
Except for
have
having black friends. There's no episode about having
No,
See,
there
but
is. There
you're
actually
ma-
is though. There actually is an episode about
they have
having black
they
friends,
have
I
black
think.
supporting characters, but no,
Yeah.
not in the main six cast. I mean, Ross dates a black female. They're black characters, but sure, no, he's right. But like, and 100%, I knew I was going to get lack for that because that is a huge issue, and it was in the '90s, not an excuse, but it was. Performative racism was more less of a thing then. I mean, racism is still rampant, but we're performatively better, which is still a cop-out. I digress. Just to go to my notes is Friends is a very versatile show as far as I'm a very substance-based person. I don't really care much about schematics. I care about theme. Theme is what message does it give me, and I love the themes that Friends gives me, right? Meaning that I can take away a message from each episode, and I actually think about it, right? It's not just to pass the time. It says something to me, and I can take away. And it's honestly one of the, as far as a sitcom goes, it's the best finale ever. Not relating to Breaking Bad or anything else that's not in the sitcom era.
Breaking Bad
But
finale.
yeah,
10
that's
out
the
of
best
10.
finale to me. Yeah, for sure. And I said the cons I had was lack of diversity. It can be one-dimensional. The characters can be kind of recurrent. But there is character growth. With a sitcom, you don't really get that. They do grow, and they do connect with one another. And what matters most to me about it, I know it's so cheesy, but they all rely on one another. And it really shows you are the company that you keep, and you don't get by without having friends. Like you can say, oh, I only care about myself, all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I know it's a comedy, but there are deep-rooted issues that they deal with mentally
Yeah,
and
every
go through
comedy
shit.
has that. Yeah.
Of course, and I think it's a good balance. And yeah, I tried not to pick it, because I didn't want it because it's so popular and common, But I was like, it's in my gut, like I have to go with it. I flew out to California just while the set was open to go visit the actual couch that they had in the cafe. Yeah, like it
Ross's
just
come on it.
yeah, for sure.
Just started sniffing the chairs.
Yeah, but yeah, and it means a lot to me and my girlfriend as well. It's just something I can't take back because I was going through a lot of depression in college, and that's when it came on Netflix. So I was really late on the train, like 2014, 2015, and it got kind of popular a couple years ago. So I started watching it then, and then I couldn't stop watching it. And I've probably rewatched the season close to double digits, so I've seen it probably 9 or 10 times every episode. But yeah, I think that's really all my argument is that you have each character you can relate to in a little bit of a way if it hits home to you. And I appreciate that diversity as far as personality goes. They are diverse with personality, but as far as representation, they really fail in that. And that I agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, you're in fucking New York City, the most diverse city in the entire world that's based and founded off immigration. So if you want to take not a political topic, a human rights topic, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
And I have to understand that while watching that, right? I can't be cognizant, if that's the correct term, of that, right? Not acknowledging that fact while I'm watching the show. But yeah, and I do think maybe I would have won if I picked The Sopranos, right? I do think maybe you guys would have loved my arguments and all
I
that.
think you could have made a better argument for Sopranos. I mean, it's just that Friends is
Sure.
But you know,
Sure,
it's
but
also,
I can't
it's
lie
what
to
your
myself
favorite
either.
is.
That's why I
Exactly,
have to-
yeah. And you could have.
'Cause
I mean, Friends is the highest paid sitcom cast of all time for a reason, aren't they?
And it was so popular on Facebook and
Yeah.
Twitter and all those memes and everything
The
from
fucking
that's the
17,
thing.
18. I know. That's
the
what
thing
made me
that
turn
gets me.
off.
That's the thing that gets me is I'm not a fan of like meme trendy shows
Yes.
like
I
The
agree.
Office, Friends,
I do love The Office. So.
Rick
Friends
and
is the
Morty.
second most. Yeah.
The fans of Rick and Morty absolutely ruined that show for me.
They do.
Ruined it.
Yeah.
I fucking can't stand the show. I think it's funny. I do think Rick and Morty is a funny show. I've told Jacob this before. It is a funny show, but I physically cannot stand watching it because all I think
That's
about
fair.
is their fucking nerd dweeb fans that just ruined it. They ruined it.
100%.
Oh,
100%. Yeah, and no, that's why I don't want to pick Friends. It's just because, like, when you do that, when it comes meme trendy, what happens? It becomes watered down, so the substance is taken out of it. It looks surface value, and that's not the type of person that I am at all. Like, I feel like I like things that have substance, and that's why it's kind of contradictory for me to pick this. But before that, before it became surface level and became, like, not depth filled, that's what Friends meant to me. And, you know, I had to pick it. I can't, like, do it for clout. I can't do it to make the best argument, you know what I'm saying? And Sopranos and Boy Meets World may have taken the cake there, but, like, I just had to go what I spent the most time with, what I grew with, what gives me the most memories. And Boy Meets World I watched since I was a kid, but I've rewatched and rewatched Friends for the last 5 years of my life, and probably will forever. And I love the finale. Also, before I'm done talking, I know I talked a lot. I was going to pick this show, but it's a different genre entirely. I love anime. Anime is a big part, but I didn't want to put anime in this because it's just totally different.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call
figured-
anime television show.
Yeah.
But my favorite anime of all time, and no, it's not Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z, but it's Hunter x Hunter. That's my favorite. And even if I said it, a lot of you guys probably don't know what the fuck that is.
Never
I
seen
know
it.
it is. I feel
okay.
like this group does, but
Yeah, you probably do. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But like, if I make the argument to listeners, they're probably I'm not going to listen. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But
It's on Netflix. Check it out.
Hunter x Hunter,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I'm rewatching it now. Just really quick. It's kind of the reasons I would pick Boy Meets World is this reason. It just teaches you about loyalty, and these boys would literally die on their sword for their friends, and that means a lot to me because that's how I am. Like I would die for my boys, like I would die for my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes down to it, and I love that show. It's all about like I don't give a fuck. My whole team eats, you know, and that's what's really important to me. And I
Adam
love that show.
Sandler style.
Literally, dude. Literally.
That's right.
And you got if you guys haven't watched it, like I just hate the Chimera Ant arc, which is it's like 100 episodes because the writer got sick, so they literally made like 50 filler episodes, which is absolutely insane. But the first 60 episodes are fucking great. I digress, but yeah, that's my argument. I'm done.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, Brian, you're up.
Theme song.
Oh,
What's up?
fuck
Friends.
you. Guys,
Huh?
I can't sing.
Come
No,
on.
nothing.
Neither
Jeremy.
could
yeah,
we.
you gotta sing.
He actually did
Come on,
do it
we
at the
all
very
know it.
beginning, though. He did
I'll
say, "I'll be
clap
there
for
for you."
I'll clap for you.
I did. I already said it. I already said it.
Wow. You know what? You're
All
losing
right,
points
fine,
for.
fine.
You're losing
All right,
points for this.
fine. So no one told you life was gonna be this way.
Nailed it.
All right, that's
Fucking
it.
killed
That's
it.
it. That's it. That's it. I'm done. One line and I'm in. All right, Ryan.
I love you guys.
It's me. My turn.
Let's go. The host
Yeah.
pick.
Now, let me preface this by saying a lot of things I criticize y'all's shows for, my show also contains
Okay.
those criticisms.
Okay.
That's good. You
Okay.
can
Not
acknowledge
enough black
that.
people?
Before
Acknowledging
you
that.
go in, I
Not
wanna
enough
say-
Is
black
it not enough
people.
black people? Is that the
but
criticism?
listen.
That
Before
is
you
one
go
of
in,
them. Honestly, that is one of them. Yeah.
I want to ask a question though. When we vote, Brian, I'm asking you before you go in. We cannot vote for our own, correct? We have to vote for someone else's, correct? You pick that, or think about it and let me know. But I want to go in with a mindset to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? I think we should not be able to pick our own.
Okay.
I
makes
like
no sense, right?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let
And
me,
I
let me think about
Yeah.
it a little bit.
And I do
Okay,
want to
yeah,
I do want
you
to share a
answer
little
when
list
you're done.
before
Answer
we
when you're
vote
done.
too. Just so you know, I have a list
Okay.
here that I want to show you guys too.
Perfect.
So, you guys, let's just take it back. Just take it back a little bit to the early 90s. All right? Friday night, you're sitting with your fam. Turn on ABC. Thank God it's Friday. TGIF, baby. And what show comes on? An amazing show about an 11-year-old boy and his best friend. And they're just meeting the world, fellas. Boy Meets World is my favorite show
I knew
of
it.
all time.
I told you I knew it the other day.
It has everything. 118 episodes, or that's right, 100.
Yeah,
Yeah, 118
I believe
episodes
so.
I pulled up.
of
I'll look it up.
just amazing. You get 3 Wait. You get 3 generations of Corey Matthews.
It's 158 episodes, by the way.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
93 to 2000. Yeah, you're right there.
93, 2000, 7 seasons, one family, never swapped out a main character except for Corey's little sister. They switched her out between seasons 2 and 3 like we weren't going to notice. We noticed, but it's all right. We'll let it go. This show taught me everything about life. It taught me how to be a friend. It taught me how to navigate through the world when you feel alone. It taught me about racism. It taught me about sexism, bigotry. Literally taught me about the wage gap. It taught me that. Sean was poor. Corey was high middle class. And they didn't hide it. They put it in front of your face and said, this is reality. And look, these boys would die for each other. Exactly what Ethan said. These boys will die for each other. And it is just because they love each other. They're friends. Brought us possibly for all of our first girl crushes. I mean, Topanga was bad. She was like the first full figured, thicker girl, as the seasons progressed once she got older. Yeah. And
Brian, I just want to remind you that this is all being recorded at the time that she was a minor. So
oh well. I mean,
so
I was
were we
a minor
though.
too.
We were kids.
I'm kidding.
She's 15 years older than me. But anyway.
Yeah, exactly. She was older.
Yeah, that's true. She's in her 40s
yeah, I mean,
now.
we get these kids, same cast. Corey's brother. Another thing. Me and my brother are so close, and I always thought, why can't Corey and Eric be as close as me and my brother? I just don't get it. They live in the same room, They're with each other all the time. As the series progresses, they become closer and they have a weird relationship. Right. But I also saw me and my brother and them fighting for our parents' attention and being so different, but also always wanting to be there for each other. We see these kids in high school, and that's when they start to learn about real world shit, racism, bigotry, sex. Corey's a virgin all 158 episodes. 140 episodes until him and Topanga get married, and they go on their honeymoon, and then they finally have sex. And it is a running joke in a family show that they did not have sex. What? It's the 90s. It's crazy. You do whatever you want. What else? What else is just great about this show? We see them in college, with interracial relationship, maybe the first one I ever saw on TV. Sean and Angela. Mm-hmm. That is my only issue with the show, really, is that she's the only black person in the show, essentially. We got a porn star out of Boy Meets World, fellas. Do you understand that?
Yes, we did.
Madeline Ward.
Which one?
Is a porn star.
Rachel.
Who played Rachel.
Yeah. Oh, and for the record,
like
Danielle Fishel, the girl that played Topanga, she did do a Maxim shoot, which she looked very good in as well.
Yes, she had.
How old is she? I said 40.
She's 40.
I think that's right. Let me just
that.
look at age. I got it pulled up right here.
What I can't believe though is
81. So
she's my brother's
39 years old.
She's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, God, this if you want to learn. Oh God, I mean, I'm totally forgetting about Mr. Feeney, greatest teacher to walk.
I honestly thought that was going to be your main argument for the show.
Yeah. Feeney, I mean, the Feeney call. God. I feel like everything that you learn in that show, right now, 20 years after it ended, you could take into your real life and use effectively. That show holds up so well. I watch it. I try to watch the whole thing once a year. It is my. I've seen it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen it from start to finish. I mean, from it being on TGIF was when we were a kid, to us being in middle school, high school, and it was on Disney Channel, to me being in college and spending over 45 hours downloading a torrent that contained all of the seasons so I could watch them in my dorm room. I love the show. I think it should be in the Show Hall of Fame. It is a crime that it was left out of the top 10 shows of the 90s. And it did breed a semi-successful sequel, which you guys talked about on a show that I wasn't on. But it did breed a Girl Meets World, and it was Corey and Topanga's daughter, and it had all of the original cast in it, along with new cast, and it had a love triangle that really just killed the show. They let this love triangle last way too long, and then people got uninterested. If they would have focused more on Corey and Topanga being parents, that show would have been amazing. It just would have been. Corey and Topanga, can you name a better TV couple?
Then Corey and Topanga.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Love each other since they were 3 years old. 3 years old. They love each other since.
I'm just concerned, like how it was only 7 years. You see him when he was a little boy in season 1, and he's like an adult later. Is it really only
It's
7
crazy.
years?
Yeah.
I was
Like
gonna say
11
So
that
he
years.
had to have been
from-
He
right
started
before
when he was
puberty
11.
when he
Yeah, he was
started.
like
Yeah, I
11.
think so.
He was like 11 when the show started. And then,
right
they went
before
all the way to
puberty, bro.
college.
Yeah. No, I mean, the whole reason I didn't pick it is because I told you, bro. I know you better than you think I do. I knew you were going to pick it. That's why. I had it written down. I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit there and go tick for tat for Ryan. I know he's going to pick it. And then, and that's what I put, like, just Amir Bryan. Like, dude, that's one reason. There are two reasons I'm a teacher: Dead Poet Society and Mr. Feeney. Like, that's what actually
Greatest
pushed me
teacher ever.
to
And-
pursue.
And they had other cool teachers. Mr. Turner was cool
Yeah.
as fuck. Rode his fucking
Oh, yeah, the
motorcycle.
long
Was
hair, cool as
Who
fuck.
ended up adopting Sean because Sean's dad died.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good.
And also, I just want to point out the guy that plays Mr. Feeney. He won his Emmys by playing on Saint Elsewhere, where he was a doctor alongside Denzel Washington,
Yes.
young Denzel.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I suggest everybody watch Boy Meets World from start to finish, especially just to see Ben Savage's evolution as an actor
It's insane.
from season 1 to the last episode.
Yeah.
He didn't
Possibly
really do a
one of the
whole lot after
funniest,
that,
like,
but-
just in the moment actors that you can see. You could tell every scene Ben Savage was filming, he was in the moment, and I think that is amazing.
Yeah.
he did.
He
think
that
shows every
finale,
emotion.
That
The
finale.
finale,
is so good.
oh my.
Class
Okay, this is
dismissed.
my one. This is my biggest issue about Boy Meets World. I need to say some cons. The show just kind of ends, and it's because they were getting older and they
Yeah.
didn't want to do the show anymore. I mean, that's just what it is. They go from Corey and Topanga go from being in this like student living shitty apartment to them fixing it up to her getting a job in New York, and then the show's over. We're moving to New York, and then they take Sean, Corey's best friend, and they take Eric with them, of course, who's Corey's brother, and then they all go to New York, and then it's like, okay, show's over.
See,
And
no,
then
that's how.
fucking
That,
16 years later, you see that Corey and Topanga live
Mhm.
in Washington, D.C., and they have 2 kids, and they still talk to Sean and Eric, and their parents come down from Philly and hang out. But, I mean, that's another, obviously that's another show. But I don't like the ending of Boy Meets World. I never have. I hate how just abruptly it ended.
That's
And
fair.
it was like, yeah, the show's over. I mean,
I just love
we
the
can't
scene.
teach you any more lessons.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how I felt
Boy
about
Meets-
Friends ending as well. Is that it felt like it could have gone on for another season. It would have.
Oh, of
been
course they
fine.
could have. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
That's why Friends is so diverse, though. You could pull whatever out of it you wanted to. You have to have a stopping
Yeah.
point, you know? And they tried to make it as laid out as possible. With Chandler getting his house, they're going to have kids. They're kind of just like making their own family. And then Ross and Rachel get back together. And they're like creating these families of friends, which kind of, like, I get it. That's the point. It's always going to be some abrupt stop because there's always so much to pull. And that's why there's so many fucking seasons, is because there's so much groundwork you could deal with. And it's whatever stop you're going to do, it's going to be an e-break because you can pull so much out of it. And that's my further argument with that. And it's kind of the same with Boy Meets World. Like, I'm going to argue for Brian's show because it's tied with my second of all time. Like, I loved it. That end scene, like I said, I'm a theme guy. Brian's schematics part, laying out logistically, I don't think of it that way. It's a valid point. I love the ending because I cried. And I was like, I don't want Mr. Feeney to go away, bro. Like,
Oh, my God.
Dude,
Jared Jacob,
he
have you
said
ever
class
seen the
dismissed.
last season? Have you ever seen the last scene of Boy Meets World?
dude,
Yeah,
every time
I
I watch
haven't.
it, bro, I'm 28
I
years
really
old and I
haven't.
still cry, bro.
It's literally Feeney. I'm gonna spoil it for some people, but it doesn't matter because when you watch it, you're gonna fucking cry.
Well, it's also from the '90s, so I mean, like you had your chance.
Feeney is standing in the room in the classroom. He's just kind of standing there at the chalkboard. Corey, Sean, Topanga walk in. They sit in the same 3 seats that they sat in for fucking
7 years.
every
Fuck.
grade that they had Feeney. They literally had Feeney for every grade.
Yeah.
And they all sat in the same 3 seats every class. So they sit in the seats and they have a little talk, blah 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 blah, and they all kind of say a little thing, and they all get up, they all walk up, they hug him to say bye. They all say I love you. He doesn't say anything. He's silent. He takes the hugs, but he doesn't respond. And then as soon as they all walk out,
Dude,
he taps
stop.
on the desk 2 times, and he says, "I love you all too." and then he walks out of the classroom. And that is the only time Feeney has ever said that to these kids. But I mean, it's implied throughout. He does countless things for these children. Like he's
I've seen enough episodes to understand like the importance of the character for sure.
It reminds me of what we talked about yesterday, I believe. It's kind of like not a good comparison to me is Miss McGonagall. You know, just the type of love. It's like the tough love.
Like
I'm not going to show
figure,
you, but I'm always going to take care of you. Yes.
Yeah.
Ethan, I'll tell you because I know you've seen the last 5 episodes.
Yeah.
If they would have ended the show with them leaving for New York, you know, in that apartment. When they surprise Sean with his packed bag, and then Eric's like, "Yeah, I'm coming too." If they would have stopped it there, it might not be so.
It's not as abrupt. You have it laid out a little bit.
But then when they take it, when the last scene is them walking into that classroom, and they end the show with Feeney, that's like, wow, that's a perfect ending.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it because
you ended with the 4 best characters. Those are the 4. Most important characters in that.
Because you had an integration of characters. What's his name? Will, or it's not Wilfred, Eric, the actor.
Yeah, Wilfred. That's his name.
But yeah, what was Jake? It was
Jack.
like the brothers.
Jack. That's Sean's half brother.
Sean's
half brother.
Yeah.
And do you remember that show? Not to go off topic, but he was in the show Brotherly Love with his brothers or whatever. The Lawrence brothers. Yeah, his name's like Jake Lawrence in real life.
Yeah, he's the middle. Well,
okay. Yeah, but like I'm saying, to go further to your point, is that they had all these integration of characters.
They added these amazing characters late. Rachel, Jack, Angela. Like these are deep, diverse characters that they added in the last 2 seasons of this, or 3 seasons of the show.
Yep.
And they still meant so much to the show. They were so important to the show.
Yeah. And they just brought back Eric, Corey, Topanga, and Sean in that classroom.
So yeah, that's my. Eric is in that scene. Eric is standing in the back.
Yes.
Leaning up against the desk. Holy shit! I didn't even.
Yeah.
God, great job. I might restart that shit. It's on Disney Plus. I might restart that shit.
All right, real quick.
Yeah, I just watched season 1 all the time because my mom got me.
Just real quick, honorable mention. My second favorite show ever.
He's trying to decide between Breaking Bad and West Wing, Game of Thrones, probably.
Nah, I can't say Thrones, man.
See, those are my best. Those are the best shows for me. Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones would be the best shows.
It's probably gonna be Sons of Anarchy or Breaking Bad. Those two shows really teeter for me.
I love both of those. We have super similar interests. I
love Weeds as well. I've watched Weeds like 2.5 times all the way through.
Can't relate to you there. I tried it.
The first 3 seasons of Weeds. The first 3 seasons of Weeds are fucking phenomenal, and then it gets really bad after that. But probably if you ask me today, I'll say Breaking Bad today. Yeah. It might be Sons of Anarchy tomorrow.
Yeah, I get that feeling though, because Breaking Bad's
I love both of those shows very well.
All right, real quick before we go to voting, I just want to read off the top 10 shows, since all of our shows are from the 90s and 2000s.
Oh, wow. Cool.
The top 10 shows from the 90s.
Can I say one more thing about Boy Meets? I'm so sorry. I just want to say one more thing. This was the when Corey and Topanga got married.
Mm-hmm.
They had a legitimate website called CoreyandTopangaGetsMarried.com, and it was real.
Could you register
and you could go on there and write like a congratulations Corey and Topanga shit.
The early 2000s.
This was the year 2000.
They're trying to figure out this integration with the internet shit still.
Yeah.
They had a weird fucking Flash game probably on there through Java.
The episode ended with Corey and Topanga sitting on a couch, and they're like, "Hey, we want you all to come to our wedding too. Go to blah 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 blah.com and write us a blah blah blah." Like they were like as Corey and Topanga, but they were breaking the fourth wall to talk to you outside the TV. Anyway, that's the thing I want to say.
Yeah. All right, so I have here the highest rated shows from the 1990s and the 2000s. 1990s, we have number 1, Friends. Number 2, Sopranos. Number 3, Law and Order SVU. Number 4, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Number 5, Midsummer Murders. Number 6, ER. 7, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Number 8, West Wing.
What?
Number 9, Law and Order. And number 10, The X-Files.
I love how my top 2 are 1 and 2.
And then in
The fact that Friends is the #1 show of the 90s, 2000s.
I believe it. I mean, I honestly got like that. Nothing to take away from them.
Fucking
But
trash.
just so you know, it did
I'm really
last
surprised
until
that Buffy's that high.
2004.
Yeah, people love
People
Buffy
love
at the time,
Buffy,
bro.
dude.
They
Yeah,
love
Buffy,
People
Buffy.
love
Buffy
that
was
shit,
good.
I don't think it's a really good show to rewatch because it's
It's
so
made
out of
by
It's like Charmed. It's like
Buffy
one of
is
those fun
made
to
by
Yeah, I
watch.
was about to say. I feel like
Just
I
like
watched
Charmed.
Charmed more
Yeah,
than Buffy if
Weast.
it was on.
Will Weast.
Isn't Buffy made by one of the Marvel guys?
That's what I just said. Weast. Will Weast.
Josh
Wheaston. Yeah, God, yes, thank you. Yeah, I fucking fucked that up. Yeah,
Dude,
Josh Wheaton.
Fuck Friends, all right? It is not the best show of the... I'll fight.
Well, just
Who
so you
made
know,
that list? I'll fight.
this is from IMDb, and just so you know, that list, just so you know, Friends does last till 2004. They're not listed on the 2000s list here. So the 2000s top shows, #1 is The Wire, which I was surprised didn't show up on the today's show.
The Wire is known to actually be the greatest
Yeah,
show of all time.
exactly.
I think it's a really good show. I don't think it's the greatest show of all time.
I haven't
is
watched it
known
yet.
to
I'm
be
excited
the
about
greatest
it.
show of all
But,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So #1, The Wire. #2, 6 Feet Under. #3, Arrested Development. #4, West Wing. #5, The Sopranos. #6, Doctor Who. #7, The Thick of It. It's a British show. #8, The Daily Show, which was almost my pick today as well. #9, Life on Mars. And #10, 30 Rock.
The Sopranos is so
30
good.
Rock.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
Sopranos
The
is
Sopranos
amazing.
is so good.
I've
Yes,
watched
it is.
a few seasons of it. I wish I'd watched the rest of it. It's one of those
What do
shows
you,
that's on.
what do you think
my
about the
back
last
burner.
episode, Ethan?
I haven't finished it. I haven't got to. I've saved the last 5 episodes. I've rewatched every season, but I have not finished the very end of it because I just haven't done it yet. And it's still one of my favorites. But I've watched. There's 6 seasons and there's 2 parts. I've watched all 6 seasons plus the first part 3 times. I just haven't finished the second part. I don't know.
Cool.
It's a mental thing I have to push through. Get ready to actually finish it. I was that way with Friends.
You guys want to vote? You guys want to vote?
Yeah,
But you gotta tell
real
us
quick,
the
what
circumstances.
Yes, Jared had Spider-Man. I had West Wing. Ethan with Friends, and Brian with Boy Meets World. Correct? Just want to make sure we have this all
Yes,
correct.
we cannot vote
Yeah.
for ourselves.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's go into order of who talked. So, Jared, if that's cool with you, Brian, is that what you want to do?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm voting Boy Meets World.
Any specific reason?
I actually did love the show as well. Growing up, I watched it a lot, but I mean, I chose Spider-Man because that's what I guess as a kid, that's what I was more into.
The nostalgia
Yeah.
was drawing you
Yeah.
towards Spider-Man. That's cool, man.
And
That's
I
cool.
love
You don't have to
Spider-Man,
do-
as you can see. So,
Sure, yeah.
Bet. All right,
but yeah,
Jacob.
Boy Meets World.
I am going with Friends because it's something that I still watch today. I still find it
Yeah.
funny. I didn't really watch Boy Meets World as a kid that much, so it doesn't hold any place in my heart. And
enough.
Spider-Man, I used to watch all the time, but it's just something I tried to watch it again recently, and I couldn't get back into it. So I think just the rewatchability factor for Friends for me.
And the fact that my argument was so great. Yeah, so my vote, I mean, I got to go with Brian. I mean, honestly,
Yeah, I
Boy
think.
Meets World, I
Yeah.
mean, that's obvious. I can't vote for mine. And I still, honestly, even if I could, I would have voted for Brian's anyways. I just love Boy Meets World. And, if I wasn't so, emotionally inclined to vote for Friends, then, I would have went Boy Meets World myself anyway. So it's
And-
just a clear cut for me.
Brian, your vote doesn't matter, but who would you choose anyway?
I would have chose out of the options given to me. I would have chosen Spider-Man. It's part of that '90s Fox block of Marvel cartoons
Yeah.
that's just undefeated. They don't get better than that. They
They're
just
really
don't. They might
And-
look better, but they don't get better than that.
I'll never forget
And also
watching
his
Brian
vote
with
would
my
have
dad in the
mattered.
mornings, you know.
I was saying
Yeah,
his vote
Jacob,
wouldn't
my
matter
vote
if he picked me.
matters, all right?
It
Oh
wouldn't
no,
matter
yeah.
if he
Well,
picked
yeah.
mine.
I guess he
It
could
would've
have voted for
2-2.
Friends, but we all know he hates Friends. So like,
Well,
it really
it's all about
doesn't-
who had the best argument, and if he liked my argument enough, he would have changed his mind. But apparently not. So fuck me.
Nah. He voted for the guy with the worst
I
argument.
chose a better show.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
He
It's
literally
just
chose
that
the
show.
worst argument. Jared's like, "Why do you like Spider-Man?" I don't know. I liked it.
I thought we were kind of going with like rhetoric, like who appealed to us the most. I'm being too
Yeah.
teachery over here. Don't worry.
I mean, I feel like I had a
so-
really good argument.
Argument
You did,
wise,
for
I
sure.
do think you
Yeah.
had the best.
Argument-wise, who had the best?
Brian probably had the best, but if I was Brian,
think he had
out
the
of the
emotional
arguments, I
best
would have
for
chose
sure.
Ethan.
I was the most passionate about my argument.
I had the most statistical argument.
Yeah, I think Jacob put up the most stats, like the most informative stats.
And I thought I was passionate about mine as well, but
we don't care what you think.
that's fine.
I
That's
just bring,
fine.
I just bring that fun.
like we're your friends, but fuck Friends.
That's straight. That's fine.
Before we get out of here, same order we talked in. show recommendation, a newer show that you're into right now. I know,
Fuck.
Jared, you said Yellowstone. If you got
Yellowstone,
something
yeah.
else. Okay, is that your pick? Okay.
No, I ain't got anything. But Yellowstone, if you're into that type of stuff, like land grabs, it's a little bit political, but there's also, unsolved murders and stuff like that. And if you like Kevin Costner, if you know who he is, Jacob,
I looked it up. I know who he is now.
he's one of the best actors ever. So, but
All right,
yeah,
man.
give it a watch. It's really good.
Jacob?
AMC.
The show just ended, but definitely got to watch Man in the High Tower. Brian was right earlier. Jack Ryan, one of my favorite shows too, and Veep.
Okay, Ethan.
It took me a little bit to think about one, but yeah, Netflix came out with a show that I thought would be way overhyped, kind of the genre of Stranger Things, but it's called I Am Not Okay With This. Fucking phenomenal shows. It's so great. If you like Stranger Things, you're gonna like this show. I don't know why it didn't get as much hype as it did. It doesn't have much marketing for it, but it's called I Am Not Okay With This. Nine out of 10 for me. What's up? It is the girl from It 2, I believe. People are gonna listen to this and call me wrong.
The new
I think
It.
it's right.
The redheaded.
I know what you're talking about, but It 2, I think she's in. Let's fact check it before we end the show, because I don't want to speak.
Let's see here. Like I said earlier, guys, check out The Politician on Netflix.
Yeah, I'll be down there in a second.
Her name is
Absolutely
Sophia
great show.
Lillis.
And I'm
Yes.
really into Yu Yu Hakusho right now, anime.
Dude,
Great
yes,
show.
Love that show. Fuck
It's
yeah.
getting better and better and better as I'm getting into it. Jacob, you should check it out. I know you would like it a lot.
Okay, cool. I'll get into it.
Also,
So,
Sophia Lillis.
Remind me, text me
and
later.
I'm not okay
I
with
won't-
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She is in both It's, Jared.
Yeah.
She's in both of the new It's.
Okay.
cool.
Those are good
Yo,
movies.
so we have determined We Don't Know Network's favorite show is Boy Meets World. It is in the
And
books.
I can almost guarantee you Caleb would also vote for that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would be on my side as well because he just finished watching it. So
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
Yeah.
Timeless
So
show.
yeah, that's in the books now. If, it's mandatory watch. If you've never watched it, get to watching it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Hey, we
more.
appreciate you guys stopping by. Please check out us on all the socials: Instagram, Twitter, at WDK _network. Check us out on Spotify, YouTube,
We
Apple
lost
Podcasts,
Jared at the very end.
Apple Podcast, all We Don't Know
Textbook.
Network. This has been the Bone Zone. Appreciate you guys for stopping by.
Peace
Jared's
out.
But Ethan, Jacob, appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
And,
Till next
we
time.
out.
Love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.